Hi there, gorgeous, and a very happy Frugal Friday to you. If this is the first video you've seen from me, welcome. I make videos like this every single Friday focusing on drugstore products, so please subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos in the future. Today I'm reviewing 3 brand new foundations to hit drugstores. These come from Covergirl, Revlon, and Almay. Although I'm not really sure if the Almay one is brand spanking new. It may have been out for a while and I just missed it, but I just happened to see it for the first time in my local Walgreens. So I picked it up to review as part of this video. I'll show you an up-close application as I'm describing each foundation. I'll give you my thoughts, how each one looked after application, any negatives, positives that I may notate throughout the whole review, and then I'll also show you an up-close wear test after 8 hours with each of these foundations so you can see how they truly perform throughout the day. First foundation we'll talk about is the new one from Covergirl. Now I know that this one is brand new because I've been getting all kinds of questions on it. It is their Trublend Matte Made Foundation. This is touted to be transfer resistant, and I'm really hoping that they are not discontinuing their 3-in-1 Outlast foundation and trying to replace it with this one. I really hope that's not what they're trying to do. This foundation provides medium coverage, and when I applied it, I did like it better with a sponge for application rather than a brush. With a brush, I felt like it was sitting on top of the skin and it wasn't really blending in as well as I would like. But afterwards, it did have a very beautiful, flawless finish, and I really did like how it looked on the skin. Sadly, after wearing this one for 8 hours, this is what it looked like on my face. Now, I know up close it looks pretty good here, but if you look closely, it rubbed off around my nose, around my chin, and it was completely gone in those places. I don't like to see that with a foundation. And I am going to compare it to the Covergirl 3-in-1 Outlast because that one does not transfer at all. And they claim that this new Trublend Matte Made Foundation will not transfer. It does. It wears away. It rubs off very easily. So that's why I say I really, truly hope that they are not trying to replace the Covergirl 3-in-1 Outlast with this new one because I was not a fan. And trust me, I have loved a lot of Covergirl face products in the past. As an example, I'm wearing the Covergirl Bb Cream today. I love it because it's just like the Covergirl Outlast foundation, but it's a little lighter on the skin. It lasts all day. It's wonderful stuff. Doesn't rub off, doesn't transfer. This one though, they missed the mark for me, and I didn't really care for it. Second foundation I have to review for you is one from Revlon. This is part of their Color Stay line. It's called their Full Cover Foundation, and they claim that it will give you a 24-hour wear. It has a mousse-like consistency, so it's very easy to apply on the skin. It's not runny at all. A little bit of this goes a very long way. Unfortunately, I applied a little bit too much, and you can see that here. It does give you full coverage, and I found that when I applied it, I did not need more than just the one layer of the foundation. As part of this new foundation line, Revlon also added a new face primer. So I wanted to test that out with the full cover foundation, and the way that I did that was I applied it under the foundation on one half of my face and then applied just the foundation to the other side because I wanted to see side by side if the face primer would increase the wear time of the foundation or if it truly would not make a difference. So I wore this foundation for a total of 9 hours. And if you look closely at my face here, you can see in the T-zone area again, I lost a lot of the foundation, specifically around the nose, the corners of the nose, the mouth, the chin area. It completely transferred and wore away. It's interesting to note though that my face was still matte. It was not shiny, which was good to see. But the primer didn't really make a difference, in my opinion, from one side to the next. So this is one that you really could forego. At any rate, this is probably not one that I would use again. Normally I've been really happy with Revlon Color Stay foundations in the past, but I just wouldn't feel confident wearing this one knowing that it's going to look like that at the end of the day. That's just me. Am I expecting a miracle? Yes. Why? Because I have experienced a miracle. Like I said, the Covergirl 3-in-1 Outlast. It's one of the best drugstore foundations I've ever used. second to the Rimmel 25 Hour. Some of the best. And I always compare drugstore foundations to those. Lastly, I reviewed the Almay Best Blend Forever Foundation. This comes with an applicator, it looks like, although it doesn't say anything about how to apply the foundation. So I thought I would try it with the applicator directly on the skin. I will just tell you, don't do that. If you get this foundation, it's very rough. It doesn't really blend it in, and it's pretty useless. This foundation gave very light coverage. It's a little hard to blend into the skin, but it did blend in and the results were flawless, and I really did like the final look of it. Now, after wearing this foundation for 8 hours, it was not grease ball shiny on the skin. It was a little dewy looking, which is fine with me, but it felt like it looked patchy and it was sitting on top of the skin. It was a very odd looking foundation by the end of the day. I did not like it one bit. And I will tell you too that halfway through the day, my face started itching so badly. And I thought, well, maybe it's attributed to pregnancy, you know, because pregnancy, you get all kinds of weird symptoms. And I've been really itchy everywhere lately. So I thought maybe that's what it was. But the second I washed my face that night, the itching stopped completely and it hasn't been back since. So I really feel like maybe I was having an allergic reaction to this foundation. So for that reason alone, I just would not use it ever again. Sadly, I did not have one foundation to recommend to you from this grouping. I thought for sure I would get 1 out of 3, but it wasn't the case. I mean, these were not the worst foundations I've ever tried from the drugstore. Trust me when I say I have tried some real duds in the past. They're not the worst, but they weren't the best either. And I don't feel comfortable recommending these to you when I was not 100% happy with them myself. And these are not foundations that I would feel confident wearing out somewhere or to an event and then feel glamorous by the end of the night. I want to know that everything is intact and it's going to look great no matter what time of day it is. And I just didn't get that from these, unfortunately. But if you had a different experience with any of them, please feel free to share it below. Again, please keep in mind that we are all different. So if you've heard better reviews from someone else, or you have a different complexion, of course, please try it out for yourself before you make a decision. At any rate, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Thank you for being subscribed. I want to wish you a wonderful weekend ahead. We are doing nada this weekend, which is going to be nice. I may try to get Jet out to the beach. He hasn't been to the beach in a long while. Last time I took him to the beach, we were in Panama City, I think, on vacation, and he was about 6 months old and he cried. Oh, poor thing, when we put his feet in the water. I mean, the water was really warm, but it scared him, and he hasn't been back to the beach since, so we may try that. Who knows? Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.